Good morning, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us this morning. It's been too long since we've been up here, Trevor. It's been a month.
Good morning.
I know. Today we have a special guest, and we were actually supposed to have our special guest 2 weeks ago when we had the snow, and we had to cancel because he was busy and we were at home in the bed. So anyway, we're so excited to be back with you today. Today we have Elton Daniels, and for those of you who don't know, he is a wonderful person and our assistant city manager and my friend. So I am very glad to have him today, aren't we, Trevor?
We sure are.
Yay!
Good to be here.
Yes.
Yay.
I was a little worried this morning because our weather wasn't so good, but it wasn't bad enough that he was able to come in.
That's right. He was busy the last time.
Yeah.
We were going to give you a few real estate statistics before we really let Elton shine with some of the information about Rocky Mount and all the cool things going on. We specifically wanted to have him this morning because Trevor and I hear feedback about our Parks and Rec. We hear feedback about, how nice it is to be, utilities. And so who better to be able to add more information to that than Elton. So, but let's give a few statistics on how we're doing in the first part of this year.
Let's do. Okay, so January 1 through 31. I just wanted to run numbers of last year and this year to see how many we've closed, how different it is. So last year, 2024, we closed 47 properties just within the month.
Okay.
So then this year, just within January 1 through 31st in 2025, we closed 65 homes.
Woohoo!
Now,
Good trend.
Good trend. What's really interesting is in 2024, 0 of those 47 were new. This year, 35 of those 65 were new construction. So that's saying that we are really seeing the builders beefing up and really be providing properties that we can sell.
I feel like you do see that when you ride around, particularly like just on the outside of town and in the county, you see a lot more new construction.
Spring Hope has a lot going on.
Yes.
The mayor of Spring Hope just left from the last show. I was talking to him about the village of Spring Hope. That's just groundbreaking right now. That's pretty neat. And then in February, just from February 1 to the 11th, 15 closed last year and 15 this year.
Okay.
But that's only half the month, and 2 were new and 0 new last year. And there are 24 pending right now. 6 of those are new. On the market right now, we have 247 active properties in Nash County. I didn't do any Edgecombe today. And of those 247, 101 are new.
We just did the math ahead of time. So that's just over 40% new construction. So that's really interesting, especially since a lot of that permitting comes through the city and the county and all sorts of things.
They're
that means
busy.
y'all are extra busy.
Yes.
So anyway, but that's a wonderful thing. Obviously, the trend for January being well above what January was last year is a nice way to start the new year.
And a lot of those custom builds, there are a lot of customs out there. They don't really hit the MLS for data.
Right.
But I know my husband has 5 customs going on right now. So that's incredible.
Yay! Well, thanks for that, Trevor. So this definitely also pertains to real estate, the city of Rocky Mount, because that is obviously the largest municipality in Nash County, where she's pulling the records from. It's obviously the largest municipality in the city of Edgecombe, the county of Edgecombe County, too. And so we're really excited to have Elton Daniels here. So, Elton, tell us a little bit about how long you have been in Rocky Mount and kind of what got you to this point.
Okay, well, before I do that, I'd like to say I'm probably one of those statistics because
That's true.
I closed on my house a few months ago. So
that's right.
We're really excited about that, and thank you for assisting me with that as well. But I've been in Rocky Mount for almost 10 years. I had 2 stints. So the first time was about a little over 3.5, 4 years. I was actually the manager of Sharpsburg, which is also in Nash County, Ashland County, and Wilson County. Our motto there was Tri-County Hospitality.
Oh, that's cool.
Nice.
Then I moved on to another position as assistant county manager in Franklin County. Had a couple other stops, but now I've been in Rocky Mount for my second stint for as of February 6 years.
Oh, wow. Okay. Okay.
That's good.
Almost a
Great.
total of 10 in Rocky Mount. I was hired as the Parks and Rec director, and during that first year, I was promoted to assistant, and I've been assistant ever since.
Oh, on your second stint back,
Yep,
you were
on my
hired as
second.
Parks and Rec. Okay.
That's correct.
Very
Did you ever
cool.
work with Pete Armstrong, or no? He was way before you.
So I actually worked in Pete in a different capacity. He was working with the state, one of our grantors with regards to the grant funding that we received for parks. But he had already retired from the director position
Okay.
when I got here.
Well, he was great guy. Did a lot for us.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Know him well.
Yeah.
I think he actually ran for city council at one point in time during my tenure here. So
That's right. I think he did.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, it's really nice to have you, and obviously Mr. Barney's back up there, and I know how much you respect Mr. Barney. So, well, talk to us about something that Trevor and I always hear is when a new family moves to town or purchases a home, it is super convenient to be able to make one call to sign up power, sewer, water, well, obviously electric, gas, trash pickup, because if you are not in the city of Rocky Mount, that is not how it works everywhere. So talk to us about how we're able to do that.
And out-of-staters, they'll come in and say, "What? I only get one bill?" They love that.
Yes,
It's really,
yes.
really great.
yeah, well, that was a strategic direction that was implemented probably about 6 years ago or so. It's called our one-stop shop, and that was a part of our efforts to streamline things because of that thing. When you have anybody, whether you're a resident or you're someone from out of town, and you're trying to conduct business with the city, you want that to be an easy process. And unfortunately, it's not an easy process in other municipalities. So we wanted to try to, we listen to the customers' complaints, and we try to do something about it. And so now when you have to do, when you're trying to apply for permits, when you're trying to get your lights turned on, when you're trying to get water, all that stuff, we call it our one-stop shop, and you can handle that, and it's a very seamless process. And we still are trying to work on ways with innovation to make it even better.
It really is. And I would usually tell people after closing, you take your closing packet, you go right over there, so you don't have to, you can show them the documents, you can give them the first check, all of those kind of things at one time. And then it is literally done. That is so nice for people.
Very nice.
Yeah, we don't want to be the holdup. We try to make sure that we tee it up for the next, person to conduct the business, whatever they have. So whenever someone says, that's generally not the case with cities. We try to make sure that we are up to date with everything, and we don't want to make anybody late with other things that they have to do.
I just feel like when we sell to other places around our county and city, and obviously I live in Otricombe County, that, so it is different, right? But so many people have to wait and schedule so many different appointments, and while you're trying to get new appliances or you're trying to get movers, it's just such a nice perk that I don't know as a resident of Rocky Mount you necessarily can fully appreciate as someone new moving to our area. Really highlights for us each and every time how nice that is.
And it's so nice that the city listened to the, feedback and then made changes and then implemented them and look where we are. People don't talk about it enough, but we hear it a lot. So
yes,
it's good to bring up.
That's really how we operate. When you look at our org chart, it starts with the citizens. It's not management, it's not the staff. We have the citizens up top. We have the council members, we have the city manager, and then you have everyone else. Because the citizens, they lead us, we work for them.
Oh, that's really cool. I hadn't thought about it like
Yeah.
that. Yeah. All right, so Trevor and I, so this is same topic, but switching gears a little bit. So Trevor and I do community tours. She does a lot with the Boyce Wills Clinic system, and I do a lot with the hospital system when they have new team members coming to town and they want to try to sell them on why they should want to live, work, and play in our community. And one of the things we often tout is our Parks and Rec system and program because, this might sound silly to you all, but when I tour someone and say we have a 9-acre dog park and that has small, medium, and large dogs, and the person has a dog and they're going to live in an apartment in the beginning for a little bit, this is such a nice little selling feature that you just don't even realize
So good, yes.
is so popular. So talk to us about how all of the parks, because obviously this is your background and passion too, but talk to us about kind of the Parks and Rec system and the development of it.
All the features we have that are so great.
Yeah.
So I don't know how much detail you all want, but I will say that we have a total of over 50 parks. And we just had Battle Park, which is one of our larger parks, renovated with mainly all grant funding, over $1 million worth of grant funding.
Fantastic.
It
That's
is
fantastic.
amazing out there, though.
Yeah, so we
I like to run it. The Runners Club from the mill, they run it. Oh,
we wanted to make it safer, so it was had a lot of undergrowth. So we took a lot of undergrowth out. We have never had restrooms, so now we have a trailhead system. So if you've been out there recently, you see the trailhead, which has restroom, cameras. We took out some of the camping things and made like mini campings all around. So if you go throughout the park, you'll see like the shelters. They're in strategic places, high ground, so you can kind of see what's going on. New trail.
is there Frisbee?
Yes, new frisbee. Well,
Frisbee golf.
let me correct you.
Don't jump ahead.
It's it's disc golf.
Oh,
Disc golf.
Oh, disc golf.
Don't
Okay,
call it
okay,
frisbee.
okay.
It's a important thing. That's like calling pickleball tennis. You have to make sure.
oh,
that you,
I've
use the
learned
right terms.
something. Okay.
And then this year, we're actually our major park, Sunset Park. I don't know if you've been out there recently, but it's currently closed because we're doing a total renovation, and that's over $1.2 million worth of grant funding. We're getting a new miniature train.
Oh,
We're
I love
getting,
that.
I did not know that.
Yeah, we're getting a new splash pad. It's going to be completely renovated, and it's
Oh
all
my
through
gosh.
grant fundings.
Will that be ready in time for the summer?
That's our plan.
That's
Oh
the
my
hope.
goodness.
Oh, that's
That's our
so
plan.
cool.
That is such a
Trevor, we have to
beacon.
add that because I didn't know that.
I know. I love that the whole complex is
And
fabulous.
for our next major part that we plan on doing the renovation, hopefully, knock on wood, with grant funding, will be Stiff Talbot Park, which is over there near MLK Park.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
The
My
reason
boys
we're-
played soccer there a lot.
The reason we're able to be successful or have been successful with the grant funding is because we start with the citizens. The citizens' input and business input and other community stakeholders' input helps us score well with our grant funding applications. So the last two, for Battle Park and for Sunset Park, we were #1 in the state.
Oh, that's
Oh my
really cool
gosh.
to know.
Now, how do people put their things up? Like, how do they let their opinions be known through the website?
Well, no, we have that as one option, but we go to them. We meet people where they are. So we'll have community meetings in all of the different wards. We'll have like poster boards with different ideas, so they don't have to come from scratch. And then we say, hey, if you had an opportunity to build your park, what aspects of a park would you want? And we document that. Then we have that all documented that we submit with our application. So that
That's so good.
yeah.
Well, I mean, I know you know that, but
Well,
that's
no.
good.
It's just, again, it's a citizen-led process. And so when we submit our application to the grantors, they know that it's not something that we are pushing down. It's something that people are pushing up for us, so we know that it's going to get utilized. And it really helps us score well with our grant application.
All that's
So-
behind the scenes.
I
that go
know,
on.
I
It's hard to get the
know,
word
I
out.
know,
So
I know.
I'm glad we had you on because we need to have you on again because we're running out of time.
I know.
Oh my
We really
goodness.
do.
What else was on
I
your
was
list?
going to ask
Ooh.
just if you'll just give us a plug because it's almost that time of year again because my boys are playing soccer. We just had to go sign up for soccer. It's like the deadline next week, I think. Our Rocky Mountain Event Center and the sports complex,
Ooh.
how important those are for our city because those are obviously something Trevor and I tout when we are touring potential people to move here. So maybe just leave us with a plug about the value that those bring.
Well, I'll tell you a quick story about my first interaction with the event center when I was first hired here. So to kind of talk about our versatility, it was the first monster truck show that we had. So I took my
I was
kids.
there.
Love
We
it.
had monster trucks on the inside.
Yep.
I had my jeans, I had my hat turned backwards, my kids, and I get there and there's people in black tie, suits, dresses, and I'm like, who would wear this to a monster truck show? Come to find out, they actually had like a wedding or something going on
at the same time?
and that just talks, shows our versatility.
Oh, yeah.
Last year alone, we had over 100,000 visitors, had over 100,000 participants, and an economic impact of over $25 million.
Just the event center. That's not the sports complex.
Just the event center.
Just the event center.
From January of this year to today's date, we have an economic impact of over $5 million and just over 7.5 thousand visitors, also 7.5 thousand spectators.
Wow.
Isn't that incredible?
That's really cool.
And think about what that does to the community. They all eat, they all need to do things, they stay in hotels, they might look at real estate. I mean, it's great.
Yeah, I get calls from other managers and my peers from across the state when they come to Rocky Mountain, they're like just blown. Their mind is blown because they didn't know that we had such a jewel. And if you can't go downtown on any weekend without seeing all the traffic, that's a good thing because not only is that good for the city, but it's good for the small businesses downtown. It's good for people who want something to do on the weekend. So you don't have to have a kid or you don't have to participate. You can just go and be a spectator.
Well, and I feel like it's good for every restaurant because I see all of these children in, cheer groups and volleyball groups and, baseball groups.
And if you go to, you were talking about the parks and the things that we're doing outdoors, we also have like a game day adventure on the inside. So even if you're not doing some of the sporting events or any of the spectator things, you can go participate on the inside and get in the ball pit, the video games, and on rainy days like today, that's what I do for my kids.
Burn some energy out, right?
Tired. I take them to the event center, let them play some games. So by the time we get home for dinner, sleep, me and my wife can have some quiet time.
That is so good.
Oh my goodness, Trevor, we've completely run out of time, everyone. We're going to have Elton back. He doesn't know that already, but but thank you so much for being here. I feel like I didn't know anything about the Sunset Project. Obviously, I have seen some of these other things, but did not realize the impact that they played. So it's just wonderful to hear how much those of you watching this morning and those of you that may watch online impact what happens at the city of Rocky Mount.
Behind the scenes, working, and it's all great.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for joining us. I hope everyone watching this morning has a great Valentine's Day. I just realized we're all in blue and none of us are in red. We should have been. But anyway, have a wonderful weekend and thank you again for watching this
and let
morning.
us know if you need anything and have questions or ideas for the show. You holler, let us know.
And for the city. Again, we're citizen-led. Let us know.
Yep.
Thank you.